AFTV, Arsenal 5, Crystal Palace 1. I've got James with me. James, 5 Arsenal goals. Would you say it was a 5-star Arsenal performance?
Yeah, it was a great day. I was saying on the watch, I thought we were. I didn't think we got a second or third gear, actually. I thought Crystal Palace weirdly, because I know there was 5-1, but that first half, I thought they were pressing us quite well. We were making a few errors. I think we never really got into a flow, but it was actually quite nice that we embraced the kind of scrappiness of the game and just made sure to get the ball into the box, play some good football when the openings were there. I thought we worked hard, but the team always does. I mean, I know everyone says, well, don't, that's a given, but I think I've seen Arsenal sides that don't work hard, leave it all out there. They fight for everything, and with that created some moments, some opportunities. Jesus with 2 great finishes, and we're throwing up at half time. And to be honest, I'm not quite sure how. Not because I don't think we were good, but just 3-1 better than them, 3 goals and a half. But there we go. We built in it, really professional second half, and lots to really enjoy about it. So well done, Arsenal. Good win.
Absolutely. Obviously, there was a lot of talk regarding the starting 11, especially obviously in the starting 11 show. The decision to play Havertz in the midfield in order to get Gabriel Jesus. Yes. So, what was your thoughts on that?
I've got to really eat my own words here and
and
apologise for my thoughts on the starting 11. It's why we always follow up whatever criticism with, but let's wait and see the game. Let's wait and see the result. Let's wait and see what happens. Now, I thought that Havertz was going to play in the left 8, bombing down the channels, trying to link up with Martinelli, Lewis Skelly, Jesus. We didn't see that. We actually saw what Arteta, and I might do a video on this, we saw what Arteta tried to run at the very start of the 23-24 campaign, where he played with basically Partey at the base, Ødegaard, Rice and Havertz as a diamond, with, I think it was Nketiah that day led the line, but Jesus obviously in this game, 2 wingers and a back 3. So what you ended up having was everyone in very comfortable positions, because you had a back 3 of Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, and then you actually had Ødegaard, Partey and Lewis Skelly. And what is Lewis Skelly? A midfielder. So starting a left back is moving into midfield, and Havertz is now playing this roaming role. He's not in the left 8, he's not taking up Ødegaard's positions, he's playing off Jesus. And I thought it worked really well. The amount of times he went long and he picked up the second ball, the amount of times he was nicking back possession, he didn't do anything really particularly creative in that role, but I don't think he's expected to be creative. He's a second striker in that role. He's a not a shadow runner. What do they call it? He's basically someone who's there to kind of use his legs to get around the pitch, support, help out, and he got his goal, which is again part of what he's meant to do. Getting on the end of Jesus' header could easily have been his hat trick. It wasn't, but he puts it in the back of the net. I don't think Havertz was scintillating in any way, shape, or form today, but I really saw what he added to the system, and I completely saw the minute you're watching what we were doing in possession, why Mourinho was never the right player for that role.
Do you think he might potentially, retain that same midfield 3 for the game upcoming against Ipswich?
This feels like Arteta's vision. I don't know why. The fact that he started last season with it, I think a Timber injury and someone else got injured, and Havertz didn't start well. Maybe that kind of affected it. Jesus got injured last season. Did that affect it? I don't know. I think he'll run this back for Ipswich. I think this is, because he can do it in a few ways. Last season he inverted Partey from right back and ended up with that same system. So, I think this might well be. Then I've called for what's the new thing, Arteta? What's the evolution on last season? Because last season we had an evolution from the season before. The points got better, the results got better, the momentum got better. What's going to be the evolution this season? And this one might be it.
Absolutely. Obviously, let's get into the defence now. Obviously, we had what I would consider a very strong defence. Admittedly, Miles Lewis Skelly's there, but I'd say he's there on merit at the moment.
Brilliant.
A few shaky moments from the defence today. What did you make of that?
Yeah, it's funny because against Everton, I kind of thought the centre-backs deserved immense praise. Not that Everton threw loads at us, but they had to hold the fort down while basically everyone else was trying to find a goal. Yeah. In this game, I thought Palace really stuck it on us, but I thought there was some poor moments from Saliba, from Gabriel, silly yellow card from Timber on throw, otherwise he was good. Lewis Skelly, I thought, did well, but of course still an 18-year-old, plenty to learn, but I thought he did really well. There's a few times they ran through us. Look at that equaliser they got, just kind of cut through us really easily. But actually, once we got the second goal, we kind of really settled it. Actually, that's not true because Mateta should have scored. There was another big save early in the second half from Raya. I mean, basically, if you're winning 5-1 and you still feel the need to pick out Raya as a man of the match, as Turkish did and we all did on the watch along, then clearly we didn't quite do something right defensively. But that's fine. Football is about, you end up off the pitch with more goals than the other team, and if we'd conceded even 3 today, we still would have run out, clear of 2-goal winners today, because today was about the attack and them doing their thing. So, I don't mind as long as somewhere we're seriously overperform or outperforming the other team in one area of the game. Today it was the attack, or certainly in terms of our efficiency. So yeah, we won't worry about the defence too much because they've been pretty brilliant all season.
You speak about the attack there, sorry, and obviously the man of the moment, Gabriel Jesus, a hat-trick last game.
Jesus, remember?
Jesus. Start as I mean to go on. Gabriel Jesus scored a hat-trick against Crystal Palace on the midweek, and then of course another 2 today. The Crystal Palace destroyer. Obviously that's 5 goals now, and obviously he's not scored for a while before these run of games. How do you feel about him in retaining that position? I know obviously there's a lot of debate about should it be Havertz, should it be Gabriel Jesus, should we even still continue to look for another striker in January? Where do you stand here at the moment?
Yeah, I don't think we can let a week of football completely change what opinions we might have built over 4 months, 5 months, a year, 2 years, whatever. But I will say this about Jesus, that this doesn't just feel like, he's had a bit of luck, or the ball's fallen kindly to him, or, he's grabbed a couple goals, fair play, done right. It doesn't feel quite like that. It feels like there's a real difference in his application in terms of his hold up, using his body, doing the things we saw earlier when he arrived. And I remember we always talk about his knee problem, and for sure that might explain why he's not been dribbling through players the way he did when he first arrived and had that kind of burst, whatever. I never understood why that would affect his strength. He used to just bounce off defenders. They couldn't get near him. I never really knew why that would be affected. So he had a bit of that back today, which is nice. Not the Jesus fault, but a bit of that back. In terms of the goals, what I really like about them was, it felt different in the way he took the opportunities. I wish I could credit who said it on the watch party, but, with that second goal, there's a lot of bodies in front of him. There's actually not a lot of the goal to aim for. Yeah. Does Jesus a month ago, 2 weeks ago, does he chop it onto his left foot to maybe create a bigger angle? Probably. And what I like about these goals is that he's just not taken very long with them. The third one against Palace for his hat-trick, he had a bit more time to think about it. But the minute he was within sight of goal, he hit it. And I think it's just nice to see him just take 5 goals instantly. The goal is there. You don't have much time. Premier League defenders will not give you a lot of time to get your shot away. So when it gets to you, just hit it. And even that, for the Martinelli goal, Gabriel should have really got the 4th goal for Arsenal and his hat-trick with that left-footed effort. But at least he took it quickly. So I feel like there's a difference in the way he's trying to approach his opportunities in front of goal. And hopefully that yields more longer-term success and a better... that feels like a tangible difference that can make him a genuinely better striker and better finisher moving forward. Not just, he's having a bit of luck, he's been on the end of a few tap-ins or whatever. It actually feels like there's something he's doing different, so I hope it continues.
Absolutely. Bukayo Saka comes off injured today. Obviously, we don't know what the extent of the injury is. It looks to have been, I believe, a hamstring injury. Gabriel Martinelli played out there on the right today, and I think he did a decent job. How do we deal with that going forward if it is going to be potentially, I think it's anywhere between 4 to 8 weeks that you could be out for. So how would you, play out? How would you have it out there on the right in his absence?
The problem is that we are, we're really built for very specific kind of Saka being left-footed. He protects the ball. He turns inside. He's on his left foot, so he's running at the heart of teams. And even when he's going around the outside, because he's so good with his right foot, with that unpredictability, Marte doesn't give you that. He's always going to want to go on the outside. And then it was different, I think, in this game because Ødegaard was a bit deeper. But I don't know. I felt like when we were attacking down the right, it was either Martinelli goes around or Timber's on the overlap. And you just have a lack of variety in sort of the right to left footers and having different ways of attacking a team. What makes Saka so good? I mean, there's so many things. I mean, the guy's a gem. Is the fact that you don't know if he's going to go on the inside, which is what he prefers to do, on the outside like he did for the opening goal. Marte did fine. Look, he got the goal. He worked really hard. He did some good things. But is he the long-term answer? Such a shame, Frank. Jesus has played on the right better than anyone in Saka's absence in the last few years. We've only seen it 2-3 times. But he's played it well. Actually, maybe 4 or 5 times. He's played it really well. But he's hit this goal-scoring run now. And I just don't think if anything, maybe Waneri deserves the minutes out there. But let's see. Trossard did okay. Marte did okay. So it's one for Arteta to think about. Saka, wish you all the best. Hope he's back soon because he's too good. We're going to need him back for January in particular.
Perfect. Thank you, James.